It is tremendously important that in 2022, the mandate of the UN Independent Expert on SOGI gets renewed. This has been a position that we have fought for so hard to get established, and would now be the second renewal.
We have a voice through this mandate in the international community.
Es el único espacio que tenemos y no podemos retroceder, no podemos dar un paso atrás, solamente podemos seguir avanzando. Ver cómo el mandato ha ido evolucionando es una cosa maravillosa, fantástica. Estar ahí, poder estar debajo de ese cielo arcoíris del Room 20, de ese Salón 20, en el Consejo de Derechos Humanos y saber que las personas LGBTI somos reconocidas y nombradas a través del mandato, es una cosa que solamente eso vale absolutamente la pena.
So it is important to have the independent expert at UN at level to show the world that the LGBT people deserve equal rights as everyone else.
Para mí esto es un mecanismo poderoso, ¿no? Un mecanismo que nos representa, un mecanismo al cual podemos acudir. Es algo que no debe perderse, ¿no? Entonces es una conquista que no tiene que venir atrás. Es una conquista que siempre debe ir renovándose.
There's been moments when we've felt as a global movement that things are just on an eternally upward spiral, and we are not feeling that right now. A renewal right now shows that governments are committed. It shows that we are a movement that is together, united, forging alliances for the future. It will give us hope.
If these mandates are renewed, it also holds countries and groups accountable when it comes to SOGI issues.
The SOGI mandate should be renewed because it's one of the vehicles that we have to ensure that gender-based language remains part of international law.
C'est très important pour que le mandat de l'expert indépendant soit renouvelé, notamment parce qu'il manque énormément de données à travers le monde sur les réalités des personnes LGBTQI dans le monde, dans différents pays. L'expert indépendant permet de venir pallier certaines de ces informations-là, de mettre de l'avant des réalités parfois qu'on ne voit pas.
It's urgent and timely to renew the mandate because violence and discrimination is not resolved. And if the mandate was not going to be renewed, the UN would send a message, and the member states of the UN would send a message that the problem is resolved, and it clearly isn't. The mandate itself has built a wealth of evidence around discrimination and violence on grounds of sexual orientation and gender identity, and it is obvious and clear that this mandate needs to continue because the problem is still there.
I think it is very important that the mandates get renewed every 3 years because situations on the ground can be different 3 years ago and 3 years later. So I think the continuity and sustainability of the advocacy work, global advocacy work on the UN level is of extreme importance.
The campaign to renew the mandate is a moment when collectively, regardless of what we're advocating for, our movement has an opportunity to come together despite its differences, because this is one thing that we can all agree upon, that we must have a voice within the UN.
I think it should be renewed this time again and every time it comes up going forward. I think that we're only just beginning to shed the kind of light that's needed on issues facing our communities around the world. So I can't imagine how it could possibly be justified not to continue this mandate.
Es vital que eso se renueve.
The work is still not done.